Okay, so now we are going to go on with the alarms. So in the modules here, you've got alarm module. And in the alarm module, I can set up my contacts, my messages, and the alarm trigger values. So the thresholds and the condition when it should be triggered. So in my contacts, I can set up the name, the surname, the email addresses. I can add various email addresses, various phone numbers to this by clicking on this and adding here the email address and clicking on there, adding my phone numbers. And then after that, I can set up more people. Then in the message, I can set up what actually should appear in the message and where it should appear. So I can go by clicking on plus. I can say the message which is displayed on the display, the subject in my email and my message itself, the emails, the SMS, the phone number, and I can even send a process point to the bus when an alarm is sent. So this is also possible to configure the background color of and the font of the message which appears in your screen, so that you can make, for instance, red alarms more dangerous alarms, more important alarms, and gray and white, it's not that important alarm, and so on. You can also add in your message placeholders, which could be, for instance, temperature values or different things in your message. There's a whole explanation of the alarm module, so I'm not going to go into detail now here in this explanation. So this is what I've configured here in my window room alarm. I set the message to be this, and I didn't set up any emails or what. For the fire alarm, I set it up to be a red alarm, so that it's more important. And my general alarm, also a red alarm like this. In the alarm itself, I set up very easy threshold, where when this value comes from the bus, I link this message. When should it appear? When should it be executed? Always. Always when this process point is on, it should send me an email or whatever I've configured in the messages. In this case, our message just doesn't send the email. It will just show this message in the display. Okay. So this is the way to configure it here in the editor. In the alarm module itself, in the visualization, it's quite easy, or more easy. You just let's reload the page. Go to my alarm module. Now there are two parts. I can link in my visualization the alarm lock and the alarm itself. And obviously, if the alarm happens, it will display at the top. Let's have a look at what happens if an alarm is triggered. So let's trigger, for instance, the fire alarm. Automatically, there's a line coming up here at the top, and it can be with or without sound. This one is without sound. If I open, for instance, the switch on the heating and open the window, then there's another alarm coming up with a sound. So this sound can be a sound in your computer, but it can also be a process point triggering a real siren so that the people run out. So if I click on this line here at the top, which opened, it will go to the alarm page. Now, in the alarm page, I can acknowledge the alarm. There are various states of the alarm, so I can say now, I have seen this. Okay. So I save this, and I can put any message I want there. I can also extend this to a maintenance, and I want to be reminded of this day. So, and I can obviously also add a comment there, so that at that day which I set the alarm to maintenance, I should definitely have checked this, what is the reason for this alarm. So for instance, in a fire alarm, maybe there was a false alarm, then I would put it to maintenance so that I can change the battery of the fire sensor, for instance, or whatever. Okay, so this is the way to. There are many states. I can also see the alarms which are which are not acknowledged, which are set to maintenance, which the different states of the alarm. There's a real state machine behind the alarm module, so alarm can be triggered. It's triggered and acknowledged, or it's just triggered but not acknowledged. It can be set to maintenance. The alarm could go away, but it's not acknowledged yet. So there's a real state machine behind, and depending on the different states of the alarm, it will appear here or not. And you can set different values to that. So it's a real complete module, which is easy to use. You can have a link here to go to the alarm log, for instance, and see everything which has happened. So all the alarms which has happened appear here. Or you can have a link to go directly to the alarm page where you can acknowledge the alarms or not. So where you can go here and you can write whatever you want and acknowledge the alarm. And if the alarm is still active, you must obviously deactivate the alarm itself. So even though it's acknowledged, it's still there because it's not cleared from your, the alarm still is there. There's still, the alarm still is active here, so you must reset the alarm, and you must obviously in the window also close the window while the heating is on. So if the heating is off, it's not a problem, but while the heating is on and you open the window, it will set also the alarm. In this case, obviously, in my program, which I used in the demo project. Okay, so this is the way to configure the alarms. It's very easy to acknowledge, very easy to set to maintenance. It's a easy but a very effective module. Great.